Hi everybody, welcome to part 2 of our lesson. I've already started working on the purple part of my petals, just wetting the brush, adding purple to each of my petals. I don't want a solid color because it's watercolor, and watercolor has light and dark parts. So I like to add a lot of tonal differences by having some dark, some light. So I'm just going to keep filling all of my purple, and then I'll move on to the next part. Do you know that sugar skulls are one of the most popular tattoos that people have put on their bodies? I think that's rather interesting that a skull is the most popular. It isn't the most, but it's one of the most. So just keep filling it in. And there. All right, so now I want to add some green to my petals. I'm going to open up my green, I'm going to open up the yellow right next to each other. Why am I going to do that? Because I'm going to start with some yellow, water and yellow. I'm going to just throw it in there. And do some over here, and over here. Now I'm going to wet my brush and I'm going to take some green and do the outsides. So you see how now we have a little bit of a shadow looking leaf? Because they've blended together. Alright, I also, oh, you know what? I forgot to do this little part up here. And clean off the brush. Alright, I'm going to do the centers of the eyes. I'm going to do them orange. Notice I didn't wet them because I really want this to stand out a little bit better. But I am going to wet some orange for inside of the flower. Half of it is orange and half of it will be red. And notice where they meet. Becomes a pretty blend. I think I want to do an added detail. I'm going to go back to my pen. In the sample right here, it has swoops around the eyes, and I think I'm going to do that. I forgot to add those, and I think that they're needed. I think that definitely adds to it. So now I want to take some red and fill those in. I like the idea of red around the eyes. I'll either, whenever I'm doing sugar skulls, I usually either do flowers around the eyes or flames around the eyes. This one we're going to stick with flowers. Maybe a future one we'll do some flames. There we go. Oops. Water and paint. Fill it up. I also think I'm going to add the red into this part of the flower. And don't forget the ones that are back behind the petals. Clean off the brush. I'm going to get my favorite color, which is turquoise. Wet my brush, touch my turquoise, and I'm going to do my petals. You don't want a lot of paint on your brush. Just a little goes a long way when you're watercoloring. Wash it off. I think I'm Actually, you know what? I'm gonna wet my brush. I'm gonna add some down here. And finally, let's see, what color do we want to add on that petal right here? I'm looking, there's a lot of purple, there's some red, but the red's all at the top. So I think I'd like to add a little bit of red to the bottom. Oops, that would be orange. And so I'm gonna take some of this red, put it at the tips to start, and then bring it down. And the reason I do that is to keep it darker on the top and lighter at the bottom. All right, now in order to do the splatters, we're going to take water and we're just going to paint in a puddle of water, a lot of it. Grab your color, stick it on there, and we see how it spreads? See how it's spread over here? Drag it out, give it a place to roll. You can even lift your painting and tap, and that gets you drips. Keep wetting it and it'll keep dripping. See that? You can do some drips over here. Drip. Let's do some blue over here because I love blue. Just gonna put some water down. You gotta go a little fast with this part. Add some blue. Spread it out some, add more water, add more blue, add water, add blue, whatever you have to do to get it all drippy. See that? Nice and drippy. I'm gonna do some green over here. So while I'm wetting it with one hand, I'm going to get the green open, grab, dip, and drip. Drip it, drip, drip. There you go. Take some of the colors, wet them, and splatter. Add some more yellow up here maybe. I'm just winging it. I'm not really doing anything specific. It doesn't have to be a certain way or anything. I'm just adding color wherever I think it's needed. And let it drip. And finally, with the colors, if you want, you can use the very tip of your brush and just streak some lines coming out. It's kind of like the sparks. It's in the sample. It's just an added little feature. It's not necessary, but you can certainly do it if you want to. I want to do some more blue, but I want to do some dark blue. I'm going to do some sparks coming up out of that one. Maybe some coming down here. And there we go. I love it. I think it looks fabulous. I hope you enjoyed your lesson today doing the watercolor sugar skull. It looks really cool. Please remember that art does not always happen the first time around. Sometimes it takes practice, and the only way to get good at something is to practice. I hope you have a great day today. I look forward to hearing from you guys and seeing pictures of your artwork. Please send it to Karen at creativeuart.com. That's the letter U. And we'll talk to you soon. Thanks so much. Bye.